Hello everyone, this is Griffin Station back here with another Jump Force video. In today's video I'm going to be analyzing two scans that we've gotten for Jump Force. And now these don't have any new character announcements, these all just announce previously announced characters, but they do go in depth a little bit into the story mode. And this first scan that we're going to be looking at, I translated myself. It doesn't really have too much new information. It was released back in September when Tokyo Game Show had just happened. We had just gotten announced Yusuke and Toguro. But if we go in, it's just given some information. We already know that Glover is the secretary director of Jump Force, and that he's the man that built Jump Force. He's commander who gets news and will preside over you while you jump between worlds. This was pretty expected. He's going to be like the Nick Fury of the Jump Force. But now we're getting into the villains. And this is where we get some new information that nobody bothered to translate because the scan looked pretty boring. Including myself. I'm just not going to deal with this scan because there's no new information, but since two scans similar have been released, we're just going to cover it. So this says Irony Lady, and at first I wasn't quite sure what they were saying that. Was it because of her green skin? Iron's not particularly green, but it's because galena is actually a mineral, which I have on screen right now. And it says a woman with charming appearance, she and Kane bring chaos into the real world. And that's to be expected. They're the villains of the story mode. And then Golden Warrior, Kane. Not the Golden State Warriors. He is commander of the evil group Venoms. We get officially confirmed what the name of the villain group is, which is the Venoms. So we have the Jump Force versus the Venoms in the story mode, and I assume the villains will be joining the Venoms. And he has a pressure-like power, and we already know that Akira Toriyama is creating the characters, and there's not too much more new information. We know that the Navigator will be navigating the worlds with you. He'll basically be your guide. He'll probably be communicating with Glover to tell you what's happening. And then this is just saying that these two characters will be playable. And this actually distinguishes about the Cosmic Cube. It not only creates your custom created characters, but I assume it probably also creates Galena and Kane, considering they weren't actually created characters before this game. They were original characters for this game. And it's basically bringing out the evil hearts for the Venoms. So unless if we get other created characters that are evil, I assume Galena and Kane will be it. So now let's go to the other scan. And it's basically the same. There's some translation, I don't want to say issues, but just differences that these translators decided to go with. This is provided by Shonen Games, and the translator is Steelball Jack, so make sure to check them out. They're in the description down below. I did not want to translate the scan, so I'm super fortunate that they decided to translate this scan, because honestly, it doesn't have too much new information. But, so Kane, you also notice some spelling differences between Glover, Grabber, Garena, Galena, Kane. But it's the same characters. I was just using the officially released names from Tokyo Game Show. But their translation is still fine. And so this is basically giving some other information about the characters. Now, this is something I wanted to get into. Some people think this confirms Kane as a playable character. I'm not sold on it. It could just be another story mode screenshot like this one. This could easily be a clip show. They have not been confirmed playable. I assume if Kane's playable, Galena is going to be playable at least. And so we're just going to have to wait to see if there's actual gameplay of these two characters. I assume we would have seen it at the previous convention with Seiya and Shiryu, considering Galena and Kane were announced before them. But since they haven't been shown gameplay or even been shown in a trailer yet, I'm holding off on saying they are playable. And so, a beautiful fairy-like female that appears alongside Cain, so it seems like that either these guys are going to work in a duo or Cain is going to be the big bad. But we're just going to have to wait and see when we get more information about the characters. And we actually get our first look at the Onyx book. The Onyx book is an item that creates the Cosmic Cube, which is the thing that's making all the heroes and villains. And it does not distinguish between good and evil, it just does what it does. So, this is really interesting. It's another item that we can look forward to getting to know. There might be more than just the Onyx Cube and the the Onyx book in the Cosmic Cube. We're going to have to wait and see. We get more information about the Japan stage, and we know that Egypt is in this stage. We've known that since the Tokyo Game Show trailer, so I don't know why some people didn't know about that. I don't necessarily think I covered it in my breakdown or anything, but I still thought it was pretty common knowledge. And we get announcements for Seiya and Shiryu. Obviously, they've already been announced, but it's cool to see that they're in scan form nonetheless. And that's pretty much it. The Navigator is pretty much information that we already knew about. We know that Glover is going to give us information about what we need to do for missions for the story mode and such. And that basically covers all of both of these scans. Hopefully we get new character confirmations soon. There were no new scans for Weekly Shonen Jump this week, so we should be hopefully getting some next week, considering we've only gotten 2 characters with Shiryu and Seiya this month. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video or found it informative, please leave a like, it'd be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more of my content, subscribe to the channel, and turn on bell notifications so you are alerted whenever I upload. You can also click on the eye icon in the top right hand corner to see some of my recent videos. But other than that,